Hello, my name is Thomas Sipkowski, and I'm going to go ahead and walk you through uh, how to use Canvas for parents. So here, if you go to the Franklin Academy webpage and scroll down to the bottom, you're going to notice here a link to portals. And at the high school here, we use Canvas. You can also alternatively click here on this one. But if I go ahead and click Canvas, it's going to bring me to a login page. The first thing you have to do is go ahead and make a Canvas account. Okay. So if I go here and click on Parent of a Canvas User, right? I want to click to create an account. It's going to ask me my name, right? And I'm going to go ahead and just make a name up here. We're going to go with Miss Abaya Fogel, Mother Benjamin Franklin. I'm going to go ahead and give her an email address. You can use any email address you want. I'm just going to go ahead and use my personal email address. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and make up a password. It doesn't really matter what you make the password as long as it's 8 characters, although we do encourage you to use something secure. Now down here it's going to ask you for a student pairing code. Okay. Now you're going to have to get this from your student's account. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that just a second here. So to get your pairing code, you're going to need to get this from your student once they've logged into Canvas. Once they log into Canvas, have them go to Account and then Settings. Once they select Settings, you'll notice over to the right there's this option here that says Pair with Observer. We're going to go ahead and click that, and it's going to generate a pairing code specific to this student. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy that pairing code, and I'm going to go back to my parent login. So here my parent is logged in, and I'm going to go ahead and type in that pairing code. All right? I'm going to hit Start Participating after I go ahead and agree to the terms of use. So now here, it's going to go ahead and pull up everything for my student and his classes, Intro to Canvas and other course. Now if you have multiple students at our school, you're going to see a whole bunch of courses here. Don't let it get too intimidating for you. The first thing you want to do is set your notification preferences, and you're seeing it's already reminding you to do that up here. If you ever need to get back to this, you hit Account and then Notifications. Now you have a few options here where you can be notified right away. You can get a daily summary, a weekly summary, or please do not send me anything. Okay. Now this is really up to you what you choose to see, but there's a couple ones that you definitely want to make sure you hear about. Anytime there's an announcement, you want to be notified about it. Usually it's something important. Grading, you usually want to be notified about it. Invitations, not too important. You'll see those when you log in. Submission comments, usually pretty important to see because the teacher will give you some feedback there. The blueprint sync, I wouldn't worry about. Discussions, probably not too important. Discussion posts, not too important. Conversations, anytime you get a conversation message or you're added to a conversation, you want to get that notified to you immediately. That means the teacher's trying to email you. Scheduling, appointment signups, appointment cancellations, appointment availability, you probably don't need those. You can look those up if you need to. Membership updates you don't need. Conferences you don't need. Administrative notifications, content link error, global announcements. So the important things here you're going to want is making sure that you're learning about conversations from the teacher, any comments the teacher makes on assignments, grading, and announcements. Again, this can get pretty overwhelming. If you leave all of these as notify me instantly, anytime a teacher makes a change in a Canvas course, you will get an email. You will get very tired of them, and you will go ahead and stop reading your email. All right, so that's the first thing I would go ahead and set up. Now, if I go back here to the dashboard, I can see my students' courses, and usually what parents are interested in here is to view the grades. So if I click here on View Grades, I can immediately see my students' courses, right? So you'll notice here it's listed out by student, so if you have multiple students, it'll list them separately. So here we can see how Ben Franklin is doing in his other course. Usually it will default to whatever grading period we're in, but because the school year hasn't started, it's not showing anything here. So I'm just going to go ahead and move it to first quarter. You can see for his other course he has no grade, but for his Intro to Canvas course he's already earned a 93.5%, so everything's good. If I want to see a breakdown of this grade, I can click on the blue link, and it will now show me all of his different assignments and what he's done. Okay, so here we can see his syllabus quiz, he got a 45 out of 50, great job. Here, this assignment, he got 100 out of 100, so he's doing wonderful there. On the sample assignment, there's this icon here. What this lets me know is that it's been submitted, but it has not been graded by the teacher. So the student has submitted it. So if they tell you they've submitted it, you can verify here. Same thing here with this sample quiz. Here they've gone ahead, they've taken the sample quiz, but there was probably an essay question or something the teacher had to review before they can post a grade. Hasn't been graded, you'll see this has a dash. So if we see a dash, we know that nothing has been graded. It does not mean the student's gotten a 0. It doesn't mean they haven't completed the assignment. It just means that the teacher has not graded it and there was nothing to submit to Canvas. It could have been something that was completed in class. Okay. Now you'll notice here at the bottom, it tells me that this was an assignment, this was an assessment. And I can see the breakdowns here where assignments are worth 35% of the grade and assessments are 65% of the grade. Now once we're within the quarter, here it will actually show me a breakdown of how they're doing on assessments and assignments independently, as well as give me their total score also at the bottom. But you already saw their total score on the previous screen. Now by doing this, actually brought me into this class. I'm now actually in the intro class. I'm going to go ahead and go back to my dashboard. Let's say I want to know what's going on in that class. If I click on the class, it will bring me directly to the student's homepage. So this is their modules, and this lets you know what they need to complete for the week. So quarter 1, week 1. The first thing you'll see here will be a summary page. So if I click on that, it's going to let me know everything that they need to do. By day, it'll say what needs to be done in class, what needs to be done at home. If I go back to home, I can see other pages for syllabus. And again, if I click on that, I'll see exactly what the student sees. If there's a handout that's a PDF, they'll click here to download it. If there's a video I want them to watch, the video will be there for them to watch as well. Similarly with assignments, if I click on sample assignment, I can go ahead here and see PDF assignment here. I can see exactly what my student needs to download, when it's due, how many points it's worth, and what I expect them to submit with specific directions down here. All right. And then finally, sample quiz. If I open this, I can't actually see the quiz, but I can see that there's a 30-minute time limit. It's 5 questions. It's worth 50 points, and when it's due. So I can get on my student about that as well. So again, if I see in the grade book that this has a dash, I can say, hey, why haven't you taken that sample quiz? Until you can see that it's been submitted and or graded. If you need to communicate with your teacher, if you need to email them, down here using the inbox, maybe you don't know the teacher's email because they have a really long last name like Sipkowski. I'll go up here to this icon to compose a new message. I'll select the course that I want to talk to the teacher in, and I'll say, okay, let's go ahead and talk to the teachers of this course, Mr. Thomas Sipkowski. See, we never would have been able to spell that. And we'll say, student needs help. Are you available to meet with my student at Flex on Thursday to go over their quiz? Or you can go ahead and say, hey, something about a Zoom meeting needs to be scheduled to help my students because they're not understanding it. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me. I'm happy to go over as much of this as possible. My email address will be in the link at the bottom. Thank you.